Welcome to my 2024 July to December journal flip through. So for the end of the year, I decided to use a Moleskine dotted line journal. Previously, I would have used the Ohuhu marker pad, but in my journey to find out which journal and in future planner is best for me, I decided not to stick with the same one as I progressed through the year. So I went on a trip to New York, and on the last day of the trip, I got the Moleskine journal, and it was literally right before we had to leave. Right before we had to go on the plane, we left the hotel. Across the road from the hotel, there was a store selling stationery. I can't remember the name of the store in New York right now, and I got it really last minute. So let me open. So I decided to stick. Well, I had a clean out in my house and I found old pictures of myself, and I decided just to include them at the beginning of the journal. So when I started this journal, I think that I was watching a lot of bullet journal videos, and I tried to use that method for me. So at the beginning, you could see that I had some tracking list, and I attempted to track my habits and my certain things for my health, and it was working out good. I was doing okay, but then as the month went on, things got busy and I didn't really keep up with it. So as I flip through, you would see I tried to do to-do lists as well, and I realized slowly that doing a to-do list or writing a to-do list in this type of journal is not for me. In 2025, I switched to a Hobonichi, and I feel like if it's using the weekly pages to do that is a little bit easier than doing it when I do regular spreads, because I usually do memory keeping rather than planning in this type of journal. So it didn't work for me here, but it is working for me in my 2025 journal, my 2025 Hobonichi. So throughout July, I think that switching to this journal or this book, it made me able to journal every day. As you could see the dates: July 15th, July 16th, 17th, 18th. Somehow I was able to stick to doing it daily. Some days when not much happened, I would consolidate them, as I did during this July-August period. I was a part of a summer program in some schools, and I documented the day-to-day activities that I would have done with the children. So you see, in August, I tried to make goals. I tried to do any planning again, and I feel like if I stopped around the same time that I did with the other one, July 16th, August 16th, somehow I stopped at this date. But a lot happened at the end of this month, and I was thinking back, I remember why I stopped, because it was very challenging. August ended really challenging health-wise for me and my family. But you see, I documented Olympics. I was so excited for Olympics this year, writing letters to myself. Any quote that I found, I would have written it. I really like this spread with Winnie the Pooh. You know, sometimes you would do a spread and then afterwards you would be like, I should not have done that, because it was simple, and then I added these lines around the flowers and I kind of regretted it, but I still like this, and I think I want to do another Winnie the Pooh themed spread in my new journal. So I really like this spread because of the flowers. I don't usually use big stickers or big ephemera, but I liked how it looked in this one. So as you could see from August 16th, a couple days, the amount of writing that I did decreased because this is a period of time that I didn't really have, that I wasn't thinking about journaling. There was a lot going on personally, and but I did write on the days because it helped me to get out a lot of emotions, to kind of deal with what was going on at that time. And this is one of my favorite spreads here, our Trinidad and Tobago's Independence. I made a spread for it, getting pictures from Pinterest and cutting it out. I really liked this spread. Back to school. In September, I joined an art class and I really documented every week in the art class. The first week we did some color mixing, and because I went to the art class, it inspired me to doodle and to draw on a personal level. And this was the week, so you could see some of my doodles here. And I tried to draw things I was seeing in my immediate background. But this was like quick sketching, nothing, like I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, seriously. And as I could see here, this was the month that I bought the Hobonichi, because I was looking at plenty of videos and I felt compelled to buy it then, because I knew if I took too long to decide to buy it, I would not have bought it. So I'm glad that I did. So more memory keeping, more pictures of orders. Again, my art class that I joined, this picture of the hummingbird, this is something that I painted, so I just printed it out and stuck it in there. A picture of me posing with a painting that I painted. Also another event day in Trinidad and Tobago, Republic Day, and I got a lot of local washi tape from a local artist, and I really like that. So I use it throughout my spreads, and then I printed out traditional characters of Trinidad and Tobago and stuck it in this book. This spread is something that I like. Somehow I like the color scheme that I used with this particular spread, the pastel pinks and purples and blues, and I really like how I matched up the washi tape on this side. This is my certificate of completion for my art class. In 2025, it's something that I would like to do again. It was really enjoyable. So from October to December, I really journal every day, and it's because somehow I'm excited to decorate for the end of the year. Even though in Trinidad and Tobago we don't really have a change in season as do other countries, so we don't have winter and fall and all of these things, I still try to use the theme of winter and fall and even the Christmas seasons in my decorating in my pages. So for example, I started off with this October spread. October is spooky season, so most of the spreads that you're gonna see includes a lot of different spooky themed or Halloween themed, and in November you will see the fall theme, December you will see the Christmas theme. So I somehow I enjoy this time for journaling the most. Like I really look forward to it at the end of every year, and it allows me to play with a lot of colors that I don't usually use together. Right, it's like black and purple, gray and purple. I don't really usually, use those colors on a regular basis. I still try to keep the spooky theme, but not using the typical colors, purple, orange, gray, black. But I feel like I still managed to bring it together. A lot of these pictures I would have printed with my printer, and I would have hand cut printed them on sticker paper and cut them, because sometimes if you want a particular theme you may not have a sticker to match that, or paper, or construction paper, or scrapbooking paper to match that. And sometimes I would print something if I really wanted it to match. I also have, so all of these big pictures I would have made or printed out and cut. I even cut everything out and printed everything on these 2 pages myself. So I would have gotten the pictures from Creative Fabrica, printed them out, cut them, and I have a short form video making this spread. I really enjoyed it. You don't realize how much hard work making some of these short form videos are, but I really enjoyed it. So around this time of the year we were doing some renovations in the house, so I wanted to document everything. So you may see pictures of things like couches or like bathrooms and stuff, is because I really wanted to look back in years to come to document, to read back what happened during that particular time. On October 25th, I would have graduated from university with my master's. So I had a spread in the journal as I showed in the previous video, but I didn't write anything in that journal. I just took pictures about the day. In this journal, I actually wrote it out. Wrote down the memory, wrote down what happened, wrote down my thoughts and feelings about it. But after that, it was back to spooky season journaling. So somehow I like this spread. I had a coloring book that was spooky themed, and I cut out a picture, colored it with markers and stuck it in, and I really, it's not something that I did before, but I think something that I would like to do in future journals. So continuing. So in November I would have kept the fall pumpkin theme, even though we don't really have fall in the Caribbean. I still like to use those colors and the stickers and all of the stationery associated with fall. So for example, from November 4th to November 11th, I didn't have much to write. So every day I just wrote a paragraph, because normally I'm compelled to write an entire page per day, but sometimes things really nothing really happens, but you still want to document the nothing. So this is what I did in this particular week, and that's what happened again from November 12th to 17th, just a paragraph a day. And this worked for me, and I actually liked writing that small amount per day, because sometimes you really don't have that much to say. This spread is not something I typically do, but I think I want to do that more in 2025. It's just common placing, I think it is what it's called. So you just find a topic or something that you read and you want to write a little note about it. You should. On multiple occasions, I have done personality tests, and every time I do the personality test, I get the same result, INFJ. So I wanted to read through all of what INFJ people do in terms of their strengths, their weaknesses, romance, qualities, friendships, and reflect on how I really think it applies to me. And I like this concept. It's something different than just memory keeping, and I think that it's great to break up your routine from what you usually do when you journal. It makes it fun. So continuing to November 18th, more paragraph for days, keeping the fall theme, keeping the pumpkin spice theme, straight down to the end of the month. Right? I feel like when you break it up like this, it's easier to do. So you could set up your entire page, put all your stickers and all your washi tapes from the beginning of the week, and then we just write it in as you go along, and it's easier that way. I'm not a person who usually does that. I like to decorate based on how I feel on the day. but I also enjoy, I realized doing it this way, I also enjoy just pre-planning. So then we go into December. This particular page in December, I use the Cricut Joy to cut out the letters and all of the snowflakes, and I really like this idea. I use this glittery paper and this metallic paper or metallic cardstock, cut it out and then stick it to signal the beginning of December. I love to journal in December because I am a Christmas person. I love all things Christmas. I like shopping, I like decorating, I like all of it. So as you could see, because I love it so much, it reflects in the way I journal in December. This is one of the pages that I liked. I tried to do something differently. I used, I think it's a form of paper that's used to make rings or garlands, and instead of linking it together, I just tried to make a checkered pattern and use it as a background, and use some paper that I got from Muji to stick over it and to use over the background design. Most of these December stickers are things that I printed and cut out by hand because I wanted particular things, and a lot of the stationery that I was seeing I didn't like, so I decided to go on Pinterest and to go on Canva, Pinterest, and Creative Fabrica, and that is how I got most of these stickers. So continuing on, it's December. I really have fun journaling at this time, and it's because there's a lot of materials available. So you could use gift paper, you could use cut out stuff from gift bags, there are gift tags, different things that you can use in order to journal. So this is I work at a Christmas dinner, and this was the theme of it, and we got a lot of different also different activities and different handouts on that day, so I just stuck it in here as a keepsake instead of just throwing it away. So skip forward to December, more decorating, more using things that they usually sell to wrap gifts and gift paper, different things as backgrounds for my spreads. I like the idea of this, using gift bowls in between. I think I missed out one because I really wanted to put one down here, but I still like how it came out. In some of the local stores, they sell kits for children to write letters to Santa, and I bought one and used the stickers to, just so that the page didn't look too boring. These are also another thing that they usually sell. I see all the time during Christmas. It's called window clings, but window clings really stick good with normal glue, and they pick up a lot of space on the page, and I like that. It's elemental decor. On this day, I tried to draw the background, but I think I got carried away doing that. I would have preferred if it was a little bit neater, but it still came out okay. On this day, I baked cookies. Right, and I love this day. This is a new tradition that I have, and I want to continue this throughout the years. So we go on to Christmas Eve, and everybody in Trinidad loves ham. So I had to include it because that's Christmas Eve is the day that we usually bake ham. Then we have and then from Christmas Day straight to New Year's, it's a lot of hanging out, a lot of going to visit family, hanging out with friends, different things like that. So that's why I did that pre-planning from before. So the week before Christmas, I would have already drawn up and decorated this page, and at the end of each day, or even at the end of the, probably at the end, 2 days would have passed, and then I would have decided to write in what happened, writing all the memories, tucking little cards that I got. And then I thought that I wanted to write a huge end of the year spread for the last day of the year, but I ended up not doing that. I ended up just pre-planning it and ended up just doing something simple. But what I did that I have not done in previous videos is that I included this Apple Music replay, and I tried to, oh, this is stuck together, strong. I tried to remember all of the movies that I watched, or all of the shows that I watched, and include them in a list here. And why I like the Hobonichis, because at the back there's the 100 list. So I think that that's what I'm going to use that for next year, instead of doing it like this. And then December was very eventful, so I made a collage of everything that happened in December and I stuck it in here. And I believe, and then also I printed out these pictures before and I forgot them, and I found them when I was cleaning out, so I decided just to add them in at the end. So to include some of the memories of 2024. So I reached close to the end of this journal, and I think it's because I chose to write a paragraph per day for some of this spread, and that's why I have extra pages. And at the back I included still some things that did not fit into my daily journaling, like pictures and movie ticket stubs, trinkets that people would have given me. I still included it in this back pocket, just so that I know that I received it in 2024, or I did this thing in 2024. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed my flip through. As I said, my favorite pages are always December and October. I think my favorite page would have to be either this one, or even like this one, simple, this one, right? But I really look forward to my new journal in 2024, which is a Hobonichi cousin, and then I used a Hobonichi week stoop, and I look forward to posting videos on that. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.